Get awareness through the nervous system. So you might notice today the camera's moving a little bit differently than it normally does. I have my lovely assistant helping me today, so hopefully I'll be in frame for most of the class today. In order to be able to move the body, and a lot of times in yoga we think that we have to just stretch the muscle, but it's really about strengthening the joints. And joints and all the connective tissue remembers pain. So it's important to remember as we're moving through our poses today, never to push past, and we want to honor pain, because that pain gets stored in the central nervous system and then in the tissue as well. So we'll talk more about that. Let's start out here. I want to actually roll down. So let's roll down slowly. We're going to start strengthening the joint of the spine. So roll down slowly. Notice how I'm rounding my back as I'm coming down. So when we get down, take a second to be aware. The central nervous system, remember that's the brain and the spinal cord, connects to the peripheral. So the central is like the hub of a wheel, and the peripheral are like the spokes. So the peripheral takes in the world, and then the central nervous system tells the peripheral what to do, how to move the body. So stretch the arms up, push them down. Now pull the abdominals in. So begin a breathing practice. Inhale through the nose, exhale. Pull the belly in. Now bring both knees up. See if you can squeeze the legs together. Now keep that breath going. So right now the central nervous system is receiving messages from the peripheral, from the legs. So this is what's happening. But I want you to focus on strengthening the spine. So connect all the abdominal walls around the back, around the sides, around the front, and pull in more. Now begin to rock the hips side to side. So now we're controlling the movement of the spine. It's rotating. Inhale, exhale. Keep squeezing the legs together. Keep pressing the shoulder blades down. What we're doing is we're massaging the low back, and there's a specialized place of nerves in the spine called the dorsal horn. So it's like having another mini brain, and it receives signals from the peripheral nervous system, and it may respond with what we call a reflex. You've touched something hot. So nerves, it turns out, are specialized. Now let's take one leg in, one leg out. I want you to keep this strength around the spine, and then switch. And switch and switch. So all we're doing is drawing one leg in, extending the other leg out. All the while, what I'm really doing is strengthening my spine. So when I say strengthening my spine, I'm really strengthening all the muscles. Remember, muscles aren't just on the surface. There's muscles all throughout the body. And that diaphragm muscle is a main postural muscle. Good. So now hold on to the back of the thighs, round the back. See if you can lift your head up. If you can't, that's okay. And then rock forward and back. We're rocking. Now tilt a little to one side and rock a little forward and back. And so I'm falling all over here, and that's kind of on purpose. I'm trying to train the muscles around the abdomen to support and protect the spine. Roll a little bit to the other side. I'm exaggerating so you can see, and rock. Remember, keep your head up. We're not trying to throw the head around. My head's like locked in place here. A couple times on that side. So then roll to your side and then push all the way up. So our goal today is to generate space to forget pain. So pain exists in the tissues of the body, and it's a matter of when you hurt yourself, the tissues come together, and the specialized nerve receptors called nociceptors tell the brain, you're in pain, do something. And so the brain responds, and then the muscles and the tendons and all those connective tissues get tighter and tighter. Let's come around to hero's pose. We're going to inhale the arms up, and then exhale, make fists and pull the elbows down. So when we inhale, we create tension, right? Something's got to happen here. And we exhale, we move into something. So inhale creates space and creates tension. Exhale moves us in. Now what I'm moving into is the center, because my goal is to strengthen around the spine. So strong joints are movable joints. So our goal is never to make the joints so loose or so flexible that they lose their integrity. So we're going to speed this up. It's inhale up. When we exhale, we're going to make a ha sound. Ha. 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 Do 2 more. Ha. Ha. Now pause. If your knees don't like this hero's pose, come down. That's okay. Or stay in hero's pose. Close your eyes, and I want you to feel the space that you've just created. So whether this is the very first thing you've done today, or this is at the end of the day, what does your body feel? Remember, the only issue in yoga is awareness. That's all we want. And we build that by focusing the mind on all of those trillions of nerves that are reporting back to us. So we're not paying attention to those distractors. All right, from here, let's come to hands and knees. So the more awareness we have, what we're going to do is kind of barrel the body all around. So the whole body, as big as possible, is going to move all around. So we're rolling, and what you really should be feeling here is what is moving. Remember, our goal today is to strengthen the joints and shake out and forget about pain. Remember, pain stays stuck in the connective tissue. Connective tissue just stays hard. It doesn't really respond to relax. It doesn't respond even too much to stretching. Go the other way. Muscles and the nervous system that's connected to the muscles is what we can move. So move the muscles, and as the muscles are moving around in the body, see if you can affect the memory of pain in all of that connective tissue. So everything move around. Now from here, exhale. When you exhale, lift the belly up. Even a little bit of a cat. Keep that exhale out and then lean back. Keep sucking the belly up. Then inhale up and forward. Almost like a cow. Then exhale, a little bit of a curl, but the goal here is to pull inward. Keep exhaling. No more air. No more air. Then push back. You keep pulling the belly up. And then inhale up and forward. Exhale, pull in and up. A little bit. Squeeze the belly more and lean further back. Keep all that air coming out. Inhale. Exhale. Keep exhaling. Keep exhaling. Navel to spine more and more and more. More consistent effort. Inhale. So we're practicing a little bit of Uddiyana Bandha, that upward flying abdominal exercise. Again, the whole point is to strengthen the joint of the spine. So yeah, my back hurts, right? Most of us have back pain. Keep exhaling. What we really want is strength, not length necessarily. All right, so take your time, move into downward dog. Remember last week we talked about fingers. Fingers down, almost the heel of the hand up. Remember that carpal tunnel we talked about. So come up, press back. So many of us say, well, you know, my heels don't reach, my knees have to stay bent. That's okay. If you push past the sensations your body is giving you, you're just creating more memories of pain. And what happens is the body actually thwarts. It creates more tightness rather than less. So pushing as hard as you can isn't going to get you anywhere. Let's breathe 2 more times. Now we're going to step through. So take your time. Any way you get there. I don't want you to get caught up in believing that every move has to be graceful. Remember, grace and poise comes from strength. From strength and mental control comes stability. And then poise and grace. So you're not going to just muscle this leg forward. All right, so here we are on high lunge. I'm going to take the arms up overhead. High lunge, that means my back heel is up. I don't know if you can see that. And extend back. And then come up. Now land that heel that has turned the back leg out. You know this. Bring the palms together and out in front of you. At the same time, integrate the arms into the shoulder socket. Now twist over in the direction of that front leg, then hinge forward. I'm going to see if you can get this forearm to the side of the knee see if you can slide down and then slide back up. So keep trying that. Wobbling, I know you love. I'm falling. Now what you can't see is how hard my oblique muscles are working here to control this movement. Not very graceful, but remember, strength first. That increases control, that neural connectivity. From that comes range of motion, and then grace and poise and good posture. Everyone asks me, how do I get good posture? It comes from strength. A couple more times. Remember, abdominals are doing all of this work. If you're doing this with me, you know this. This is all abs here, almost like we're sawing off the arm. Let's come back up. Let's turn to one side, so turn the legs, reach up, extend back, and then forward fold. Okay, so what are you feeling after that little vinyasa there? I know you're feeling your abs and your hips, this front leg, we used all the muscles there. Honor that, because the muscles talk to the central nervous system, talk to the brain stores a memory. So there's recent research that shows that when you call up a memory of pain, there's a split second where that can be forgotten. So they're actually exploring how to do that. Maybe bend one knee, then the other. Just explore. Like, is this too much? I know actually for many people this is too much. Their knees don't bend that much. And then turn to the front to make your way slowly back to downward dog. Don't rush this. What is your body telling you? So numbness, tingling, those kinds of feelings, you know, when your leg goes asleep, that's your body, that's your nervous system, other leg, telling you, this is where we were before, telling you that a nerve is compressed. So a nerve can get compressed between muscles, between connective tissue, or between bone. When it's between bone, that's the things we normally talk about, you're in trouble. We talk about the compression in the shoulder. So reach up, extend back. Are you breathing? Come up, land that back leg, sit into the strong, remember strength, warrior, bring the hands in front, arms off to one side. Oh, this is enough for me right here. See if you can lean forward. Keep some pressure, the hands into each other. All right, that's as good as I've got here. I don't know. I'm going to tell you, go further down. I can't go further down. Right now I'm getting sort of a cramp in the side. And I'm going to honor that. I think it might be lunch. I can really get the impression that's what that is there. I know my body. That's what that is. So go down and up. Remember what I did on the other side? I went all the way down and then up. See if you can do that. All the while, abs are pulling in. So another thing that we can do is we can move the body. So we can use the skeletal muscles to move the body around, and of course that makes changes in the nerves. The nerves are all throughout all of the tissues of the body. Remember, we have specialized ones just for pain. I often wonder, if we just remove those pain receptors, wouldn't we all just be better off? That's an idea. Let's come all the way up. Oh, that was hard. And into standing. And just shake. Just shake all that out. It seems like a funny thing to do, I guess. Shake. So what we're doing, and I know this does seem funny, is that we're shaking out the nerves. The nerves actually are in this aqueous environment, and they can connect or they can disconnect. And so every time we move, every time we think, every time something happens, the nerves have the potential to reconnect in a new configuration. Let's just tap. Tap, tap, tap. Oop, we got my microphone there. And then tap the belly. Good. Take a couple breaths. And then tap the legs. Seems funny. Just tap all around. What we're really trying to do, and you do this instinctively sometimes when you're waking up, you say, I got to get myself going, is you just start tapping. You see animals do this. They sort of shake out So they're ready to move. We need all of that. Good, let's come up. Let's just kind of shake the shoulders, lift up onto the toes a couple more times. Good, then we'll slowly come back down. So slowly into plank pose. So be careful here. And some of you said, well, you know, we got to stay off these hands. I know. If that's what you're doing, remember what our modification last week was forearms. Now forearms are a little bit harder, but it doesn't matter. The whole goal today is to strengthen the joint of the spine. When we toughen up the joints, then we can move. Try lifting one leg. I know. Put that down, lift the other leg. And push back into child's pose. Let's give this 3 breaths. Your yoga practice, you need to come to your yoga mat every day, is consistent effort. Anything that requires change, I want to get better, I want to get healthier, I want this pain to stop, requires change. What I just said a moment ago, your brain, as soon as you get into a situation that you've been in pain before, your brain pulls out that memory. Is I'm in pain, and you may not even be in pain yet, but you're ready. So the more we are in pain, the more readily we can feel pain the next time. But there's a split moment, a split second, where we can actually erase that memory. So there's some of that shaking we're doing. We're gonna come all the way down to the back again for a final practice here. So same as we did in the very beginning, roll down slowly, round the back. And come all the way down. Good. Let's try bridge. So walk your feet in. Tuck your shoulders under. If you don't get to watch me when we're doing this in class, watch me here. I'm gonna see how I'm trying to sort of get my arms behind my back. It looks really super awkward. I call it the handcuff pose. Lift the hips up. And I do that so that I'm not on the back of my shoulder blades. I'm on the edges of my shoulders. So this is good. I was able to kind of show you that today. If you can, reach your hands underneath and interlace them, little handcuff pose, and push down. Now as I push down my arms, I'm lifting my hips up higher, higher, higher. Maybe walk my feet closer. How far apart? You know, it's always that, 4 to 6 inches. That's about hips width apart. And see if you can march one leg up, then the other. Now my goal is, by lifting one leg, then the other, I'm bracing my abs. Otherwise, my hips will fall down right on my hands. You don't know how much I want to do that. But I'm pushing with my arms, bracing with my abs, and staying center. Give this 3 or 4 more times. Inhale, exhale. And then release the arms just for fun. Some of you like to try new things. Tuck your hands under your arms, under your shoulders. Yeah, they're kind of tucked under there. And then maybe, I gotta watch out for my hair, lift up. I don't ever practice this, and you can tell, I know my back is super flat. Let's try coming down. Make sure, if you did come up, you land on your shoulders, not your head. And come all the way into this hugging the knee and rocking side to side pose. This should feel good. Remember what I said, the spine is part of the central nervous system, and all of those nerves that connect. Here's an interesting fact. Men have more gray matter. Women have more white matter. Well, the question is, does any of that matter? Gray matter is the body of the nerve. It's sort of the one with the dendrites, kind of does the processing and sending out of the messages. The white matter makes the connections. Really not a surprise to us, is it? So I want you to come into Shavasana as you think about that. Close your eyes and settle in. I want you to get comfortable. We're going to spend 3 to 5 minutes in Shavasana making these changes. I'm going to come up. So wherever you are, become comfortable. Allow your spine, the central nervous system, to be open and long. Empty. Empty. Empty the mind. And that may seem very difficult. So this is how we'll do it. Watch your mind. Your mind can do several things. It can think. Like I have a thought, like it's stringing ideas together. It can talk. It has like a dialogue, and it's just plain language that you understand. And it can create images. It's just showing you things. So as you're looking into your mind, you're looking into what I like to think of as a fairground, different things going on. Label thinking. It could also be feeling, like an emotion. That's all part of the mind. It's all part of the brain. It could be talking. And it could have images, showing you pictures, replaying scenes. Let your breath come and go. Whatever's going on in your mind, thinking, feeling, talking, or images. So you can use one of those. Let's choose talking. I like to talk. So come up with a mantra, just a phrase. I am relaxed. I am relaxed. Now keep repeating your talking. The same words. Again. Over. And over. Now that you've focused all of your attention like a million laser beams all into one, try to quiet that one. Now all of your energy, all of your attention, all of your focus and resolve on emptying. Emptying. Now witness your body. It is possible for the motor nerves to go completely silent. So now inhale slowly. Exhale, like with a sigh. Roll onto your side. Open your eyes. Push off the floor. Move back up. Come back to Sukhasana. Bring the hands together. Inhale. Remember, this creates space. So when you exhale, grab one wrist and then lean away. Hold there for another breath. So when you inhale, reach up, create that space, remember? Grab the other wrist. When you exhale, lean over like you're pulling. Stay there for another breath. Feels so good. So inhale, come all the way up. When you exhale, circle back to the heart. And you and I come back together, honoring strengthening the joints. Namaste.